Falling case numbers and rising vaccinations have many wondering if Ontario will move into the second phase of reopening before the target date of July 2nd. Restaurant patios were allowed to open Friday, but nail and hair salons, for example, are still closed and won't be able to open for another couple of weeks.
We're hammering out these vaccines, and the light is growing brighter. As we say, at the end of the tunnel, it's shining real bright right now.
The picture is promising. While there are some wildfires that need to be stamped out, like in Waterloo, overall daily cases and hospitalizations are down, with ICU admissions getting closer to manageable levels. It puts the Ford government, which has been heavily criticized for opening too quickly in the spring, now in the position of being asked if it is opening too slowly. The Premier didn't commit either way today on if he will speed things up.
We'll sit down with the health table.
Under the current plan, phase 2 of the reopening won't begin until 2 weeks after 70% of adult Ontarians have had one shot and 20% have had two. Currently, 75% have had one dose and 18% are fully vaccinated. That number is expected to hit 20% by this Friday. A senior government source tells CityNews they want to see the impact of last Friday's Phase 1 reopening before any decisions are made. And because an increase in cases is expected, they're aiming to stay the course at this point. NDP leader Andrea Horwath today said she's open to increasing the pace if experts approve.
You know, the advice from the science table as well as the health authorities, particularly hospitals and public health, then I see no reason why not. But we have to make sure that that we're not walking into a fourth wave.
Should the government consider pushing up phase 2 of reopening?
I think on a selective basis, there might be some wisdom doing that.
Epidemiologist Colin Furness believes if safety protocols are followed, it is time to be able to get that long-awaited haircut or manicure.
Cherry pick a few things from phase 2 that are clearly not dangerous, like galleries and museums, like personal care. I would love to see the restrictions lifted from outdoor sports for kids. There are things you can do to make people happier. There are things you can do, but check in with the public health units.
The Ontario Hospital Association weighed in on this today. It wants the government to stick to the current timeline, saying while ICU cases are dropping, they're still too high and asks for patience. The Premier is likely getting a lot of pressure from his cabinet, particularly the ministers who represent ridings that aren't in hotspots and would like to see reopening faster.